It's been a minute, huh? It's been a minute. What's up, real family? How's everybody doing today? I trust everyone is having a great day, a blessed day, and you all are out there crushing it, locking up deals, making money. And so we wanted to have a discussion with you today to answer your questions, but also go over a topic that's pretty popular. And we do this every couple of months with the new group of students that come through our programs. Many times it helps to give some ideas as well with those that are just getting started. And so happy to have this discussion. My name is Dolmar Cross. I am one of the founders here at Real Advisors, and I'm here with my amazing rock star partners, coaches, operators. We got Jeff in the house here in Tampa, Florida with me. Absolute stud, 6-figure per month operator when it comes to real estate, serial entrepreneur, a tech guru, and the list goes on and on. All right, so Jeff is also a partner with us as well. And we have Sharron, the queen, probably the queen of real advisors, maybe, I don't know. All right,
definitely, she is definitely queen.
Right, she is holding it down in many ways for the company. She's a great servant to all of you, helping you all to actualize your goals, your dreams, your aspirations on this journey. So super thankful for Sharron, especially because of what she's going through right now. So if you don't know, her husband is in the hospital fighting for his life with COVID pneumonia. Please say a prayer for her and her family. I didn't think she was going to be here today, but that just shows your her commitment to all of you. Part of the reason I'm here was because she's supposed to be taking a day off, but she's committed to all of you. So thank you, Sharron, for being here. Audrey, it's good to see you. Good to see you, Audrey, Noel. Let's go ahead and kick things off. The discussion I want to have today is going over what are some ideas, strategies, tips, techniques that we would do if we were to lose it all. You know, as an entrepreneur, the life of an entrepreneur can be quite rocky, right? There are always adversity, challenges, tests that come our way. Sometimes you're going up, and sometimes before you know it, life throws you a curveball and you're at rock bottom. In the life of an entrepreneur, it's not easy. A lot of hours, lots of sacrifice, lots of hard work. And so every few months, we do this with new groups of students and ask this question: hey, if you were to lose everything, absolutely everything, I'm talking about no relationships, no social media, Jeff, nothing.
What?
No social media, no money in the bank. You screwed up your credit even. If you lost it all and you had to start all over from rock bottom, from scratch, what would you do today, right now, to be able to get back in the game, get back on top in real estate specifically? So I want to kick this discussion off on this topic. And if you have any questions, I'd like you to drop your comments, your questions in the chat as well. And we'll get to those here throughout this discussion we're having today. So let's go ahead and kick things off with, we'll start with Sharron, ladies first.
All right.
Sharron,
so if I didn't have anything.
Go ahead. I saw another Sharron Rogers trying to join the call.
That's Steven. I sent him my link because he needed a link and I didn't know what else to send him. So it's probably Steve.
Gotcha. All right. So Steven is also Sharron today. Noted. All right. So Sharron, I'll let you start off. So what would you do if you lost everything today, had to start over from rock bottom to get back in the game, close your first deal? And as you all listen to these stories, by the way, not stories, but these ideas and strategies, I want you all to think about what you might not be doing right now. What are some things that you could do if you haven't closed your first deal yet? Maybe you might get a gem, tip, or idea from these shares that the coaches are about to go into. When you are at rock bottom, you have to be resourceful. You have to be resilient. You have to think outside the box, get creative. Because you're starting with nothing, absolutely nothing. So think for a minute, if I, speaking of yourself, haven't closed a deal yet, these are some ideas and things that you might want to tap into and execute on later on today, tomorrow, and throughout the rest of this week and month. So Sharron, I'll let you start. What would you do if you had to start?
All right, so if I didn't have any money to do this, I would start with virtual driving for dollars. That doesn't even cost gas. You can do that on Google Maps, put in address and go up and down blocks and get address, skip trace them. I would skip trace through True People Search, Fast People Search, because it's free. I actually used to do that. I used to drive for dollars, and I would skip trace on Sundays, and I would call every day. Also, I would do Facebook Marketplace because it's free. Pull leads from there, JV with people from there, or either try to buy houses off there. Zillow for sale by owners. Those leads are free on Zillow. Back when I started, we didn't have Real Elite, so we had to get our list through ListSource and data successors. Now in this time, I would use Real Elite to pull leads for free, skip trace them for free on True People Search, and get a Google Voice number and start counting phones with the free script that I was provided from Real Advisors.
Boom. She dropped a lot of gems on you all. So let me just recap what she said real quick. So I wrote notes for you as well. So number one, virtual driving for dollars. Does anyone not know what that means? Let me see in the chat. Virtual driving for dollars. Anybody? And the way you get the most value out of anything that we at Real Advisors do is by being open, honest, asking questions. The only question we can't answer is the question you don't ask, right? So I'm going to assume everyone in here knows what virtual driving for dollars means. Awesome. And so it is a great free, literally free, cost you nothing way to get started in this business. You find the distressed properties on Google Maps. You're looking for the houses with the blue tarps, overgrown grass, some type of distress. You're taking down that address and then skip tracing that using the resource that Sharron just gave you. Go ahead and drop that resource in the chat for them, Sharron, to skip trace those leads for free. Again, costs you nothing. And then you're working those phones, trying to lock up a deal. She also said of working Facebook Marketplace. And the goal with Facebook Marketplace is to specifically look for joint venture opportunities. Again, this costs you nothing. You're working with other wholesalers who already have great deals locked up, and all you have to do is find buyers for those deals. Costs you nothing. Now, to make that legal, this is important for compliance sake, you must have a contract in place with that wholesaler to make yourself a principal in the transaction. Don't go out there marketing other people's deals that you don't have on the contract. If you get caught, you could get in trouble. You are violating state licensing laws. You're basically practicing or brokering real estate without a license. And so don't do that, because if you get caught, you could get in trouble. All right. But it's a great way to start with nothing out of pocket. All right. And then Sharron also said using for sale by owner. Again, Zillow is free. So using for sale by owner leads off of Zillow. You can also go on sites like Craigslist to do this. Find the private sellers on Craigslist and other sites similar to this to work out deals with them. And she also said she would use Real Elite. So awesome. Thank you so much, Sharron. Jeff, let's turn it over to you. Same question for you. I know you're ready. What are some gems, ideas, strategies that you would do if you had to start all over with absolutely nothing, even without your social media? Anyone ever see Jeff on social media? Jeff has this signature like selfie video he does every single day, every day. So Jeff, without your social media, what would you do?
Hey, this is an amazing question. So if I hit rock bottom and started back from scratch, I look at my strengths, right? I evaluate what my strengths, what my weaknesses are. My strength is building relationships and networking, right? So what I would personally do is literally, if I had no money for leads, if I had no social media to like post shit or find things or anything, I would literally build relationships up with buyers, right? So I would probably stand around, at Home Depot or Lowe's or make, cardboard bandit signs and say, hey, look, if you're looking for properties, I'm able to, try to find properties for you and try to find buyers to build relationships with, right? Because again, most of you guys know I talked about this a lot. I do reverse wholesaling. Reverse wholesaling was an area where I started when I didn't have a lot of capital, and you literally had zero. I had $0 to spend on reverse wholesaling. So what I did was build relationships with buyers, right? Literally had a conversation with them and laid out exactly what they're looking for as the ideal property, right? So they told me exactly what they want, right? They're looking for this in the neighborhood. They're looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home in below 1980s, builds. And so I took that, I basically built a buyer avatar for that, and I put it in a list and said, okay, this is exactly my buyer. He has about $250,000 to spend per month, and I found duplicate of these buyers. So now what I did was I took their money, right, and virtually said, hey, look, I'm going shopping with your money. I'm going to go find you these properties, right? And so I literally, that's all I did, is started to find people with properties. And you can do this by going on Craigslist, going on Marketplace, going on Facebook and say, hey, anybody have any deals? Because I'm a buyer. I got $250,000 to spend this month, on purchase of property. They're going to send you all these deals, and all you have to do now is evaluate it. If you don't have MLS access or prop stream access because you don't have the money and capital to do that, fine. Work directly with an agent and say, hey, Mr. Agent, can you run a comparable analysis on this property for me? I just want to make sure it's a good deal. And when they said, yeah, this looks like a great deal, boom, here's the comps on it. Now, guess what? You have a good deal. Now you just put an agreement together to put all parties in place, put it as a title company, and guess what? You get paid. Everybody wins. And guess what came out of your pocket? $0. You spend no money in marketing. So guess what? I'm sitting here balling on a yacht with $0 out of my pocket while I'm restarting my whole business back. Let's go.
Oh,
I'm assuming that in Miami, right?
Drop the mic. Drop the mic.
So what he just shared with you, the concept is called reverse wholesaling. Reverse wholesaling is exactly what Jeff just taught you. So write that down. That strategy is called reverse wholesaling. You work with a buyer first, get their criteria, and then go shopping to find the product that buyer is already looking for. The amount of work, effort that goes into this goes way down because you start there. I'm glad you shared this, Jeff, because there's a question that comes up every time we do our classes. Where do you start? Do you start with finding sellers first? Do you start with finding buyers first? And everyone has a different opinion on this idea.
And it goes back to your strengths and weaknesses, right? There's people that are really good at negotiating and don't mind talking to sellers, right? And that's not an issue for them. But there's people that just like to foster and build relationships when you don't have to sell too much to talking to a buyer, right? You're just bringing value to them, right? I can bring value to you, right? Let's build this relationship. Let's go have a cup of coffee and talk about it, and maybe smoke cigars and talk about how I can bring value to you, right? And so that's a different aspect, right? And I know my strength. I can go down and sit down and have a cup of coffee with someone, build a relationship with them and say, hey, look, I know a bunch of places I can find you some deals, bro. Like, no problem. So how much money you got to spend? Oh, I got like $250. Bet. Even easier. $250. All right, so I'm gonna go out here and shop with your money. That's cool. You want 2 or 3 properties? Yeah, bring me about 3. All right, perfect. Boom. And then I go out and say, hey guys, I got $250,000 to spend. Looking for 2 or 3 properties. Send me them deals. And that's all I gotta do. So for me, that's much easier than me going out there and talking to seller. Hey, yeah, do you want to sell your home? F you. Ah, damn it. All right. So that's, for me, it's easier. For other people, might not be better. Like Steven won't be like, oh, like, give me that seller right now. I'm gonna close this deal real quick, and that's different. That's his strength. So yeah.
For me, I like to talk to the seller because I like to have inventory, because then I can dangle that carrot in front of the buyers and then build my buyers list. So it's like Jeff said, it's just strengths and weaknesses, because I'm the opposite of him. I like to do the seller part.
So I'm glad that we're having this debate, because there's no right or wrong answer.
Absolutely.
You can go after sellers first, you can go after buyers. Here's how I do it. In my primary marketplaces, I like to go after the sellers first because I already have a buyer's list. When I am going nationwide, which we're about to do something, Jeff and I are working on something together, something real sexy. Stay tuned for this. We're going to reveal the details of this soon. But when we're going nationwide with mass marketing, let's say you're doing PPC marketing nationwide, because PPC is very cheap when you do it nationwide, versus very targeted market. You're going to get leads and opportunities from everywhere, and you're not going to have buyers in every market throughout the country. So what I like to do is I like to just connect with other wholesalers in those areas and work with them and have them help me source my deals. But if a random JV partner, student, whatever, brings me a deal in the marketplace and I'm not marketing for that, it's a random deal, I don't have buyers there already, then, I have to do it the way Sharron's talking about. But in sometimes I prefer going the buy right route first because it is so easy. It's way easier to go that route first. And you find out what the criteria is for the buyer, and then you just go shopping for them. And like I like the way Jeff phrased it, is because he said, hey, the buyer has $250,000 he's looking to spend. You now reframe that, repackage that, and go out there, post it on your social media, post it on Facebook. What do you think is going to happen when you post on Facebook or in multiple real estate related Facebook groups, local Facebook groups where the buyer's looking to buy deals? What do you think is going to happen? Hey, I got $250,000 to spend. I'm looking for XYZ. You're just repeating what your buyers are looking for. I'm looking for a 3-bedroom block house in this area, with this square footage, as far as size goes, this square footage. Does anyone have any deals that meets this criteria for sale? And then you just filter the list, analyze the actual deals, and bring those opportunities to your buyer. And if there's interest, you create a spread there. Of course, we're assuming you have the property on the contract with that other person, right? But you just create a spread there and you make money. Now, I want to ask this because I'm sure the other thing that some of you may be thinking about is, well, where do you find the best buyers? And so, Jeff, why don't you share your ideas on where to find the best buyers that have the most money that can also perform quickly? Because one of the things that I don't want y'all to get into is to get into these daisy chains, find other joker brokers that can't perform. They talk a big game, but they really can't perform. They can't do anything. So where do you find the best buyers that are real cash buyers that can actually perform, snap your finger, close the deal same day, next day, or that same week?
Yeah. So we about to drop more gems on y'all, man. I love it, man. I just go like this when we dropping gems, like Salt Bay. I'm the gem dropper. So when it comes to finding buyers and stuff like that, obviously, a big place that you can do this is on Facebook groups, right? So you can go on the groups, you can literally just type in searching for groups, whatever city you're a part of. So if you're in Tampa, I would type in Tampa real estate investment groups, right? But if what's really cool, like most of my buyers, and that's why this strategy works so well for me in the very beginning, is obviously right now I have a big buyers list and I built that up so I can go into I can find the seller first and then do the strategy still the way that Sharron and Dolmar does. But in the very beginning, I wanted to use no cash and then start finding deals. So I built relationships with buyers. And my key thing is I wanted to find buyers that were able to make me the most money, right? So how I did that, right? One was my international buyers, right? I found buyers from the UK. I found buyers from Canada, right? I found buyers from Australia. And then I was able to find buyers in the States, but that were not in my market, right? So these people want to be able to get into that market, especially if you live in like Florida or you live in like Texas or you live in like an area that people want, or California, or people that wanted to visit or want to do business as because they maybe see it on TV or whatever. Then you can get people that are from other states, right? That have no ties to that market, but we're giving them ability to start buying deals, right? And these type of people actually work, they're a 9-to-5 like us, but they own their own companies, right? They own their own businesses. They're either lawyers and doctors or investors and private investors. And they're just like, well, I make all this money, I just don't know where to do it. I'm making like $40 to $50,000 per month, and it just goes and sits in my bank account. It's collecting like 1.1% interest. I want to take my money out and start investing. So these guys I literally talk to, right? And how to find you? All on Facebook. Literally, you can go to like several different groups, right? And you can go to like I said, you type in UK investment groups in like, you can type that right now, UK investment, Canadian investment groups. You can type in side job hustles, like, all these type of things that you're going to find people that have money that are looking to invest in different areas, right? And you can become the authority in your city. And how I did it was in Tampa, I invited these people down to Florida to come see my investment properties and what kind of deals I could bring them. So I would literally line up deals from our if I don't have them on a contract, I partner up with people that did, right? I'll say, hey, Dolmar, guess what, bro? I know you got some deals on the contract. I have none, unfortunately, but can we work together? And actually, I have some investors coming in from New York to come see some properties. Can we work together and give them a showing? I'll bring you in on these fees if they buy some properties with us. And then boom, now you got some properties to show them, and you give them an entire list and say, hey, look, this is how we doing in Florida. Come here, we can continue providing you value on these deals. Damn!
Oh my God!
Y'all know about
For
that,
real.
boy. I'm dropping gems, bro.
I hope y'all took notes on that one. I mean, that was I'm surprised he even shared that, because that is one of the ways that Jeff has been able to make more money than a lot of his competitors locally, working with international buyers. And so I really
what's crazy, Dolmar, is like most people that flip in Tampa, they're like, yo, Jeff, can you send me some of your deals? I'm like, nah, bro, I can't. I'm gonna make way more money if I sell it out of the state or out of the country than if I sold it here in Tampa. So that's been a big thing when we were building our wholesale operation. So yeah,
cool. You guys got these gems here? You took some notes on this? That was a big one. I hope you didn't miss that one. And so thank you, Jeff, for dropping that and sharing that. That is, I would say, one of the big secrets to his success is working with these buyers and being able to connect with these buyers, build a relationship with these buyers, and bring them opportunities that feeds their appetite. So awesome share. Some other ideas for finding buyers that you all can probably tap into. Also, my favorite source for finding buyers is auction buyers. Auction buyers think fast, they move quick, which means you get paid quickly as well. And so if there are live auctions in your area, you can go to the courthouse, or if someone on your team can go to the courthouse and find these auction buyers. Why I love auction buyers is because when they win a bid, they got to be able to pay for that deal, that property, the same day, or worst case, the next day. So they have access to right now capital. Other places you can go to find auction buyers are on these online auction platforms like Zone, auction.com, etc. All the sites like that, Hudson and Marshall. And you can reverse engineer who those buyers are by just tracking the properties that are recently sold on those platforms. Then go to the property appraisal website for that county, wherever that property is located, pull up who the new owner is, and hopefully it's a company name that you can find online easily. Just contact them. If you can't find them, skip trace them. And you can find qualified cash buyers this way. You do exactly what Jeff said earlier, build a relationship with those buyers, find out what their criteria is. If they're buying through auction platforms, obviously, they're already buying deals. So that's key. They're already in the marketplace. They're actively buying, and they're looking for discounted properties. All you have to do is insert yourself into that relationship. Go find what they're already looking for, even without you there. They're already doing this without you. So now all you have to do is go find the same product that they're already buying at a cheaper price than what they're willing to pay for it. Boom, you make money. All right. So great, sexy, easy way to find buyers to do the reverse wholesaling strategy that Jeff talked about earlier. Awesome. So thank you, Jeff. All right, so let's move to Stephen now. I see Stephen is on here. Stephen, let's get you in on this conversation. The conversation is, what would you do if you lost absolutely everything? I think you started your real estate career this way, just like me, absolutely nothing. And so what did you do? And if you were to lose everything again today, what would you do today with no social media? Because I know you like social media. So no social media, no money, no credit, no relationships even. What would you do to get back in the game, close your first deal?
What's up, everybody? So the first thing I would do is, find a mentor, because they're going to be able to, guide you, and you're going to be able to avoid all the mistakes. And mentors, you don't always have to pay with money, right? You can bring some kind of value. My very first mentor, I didn't pay money. I brought value. When I was getting in the game, I actually went on appointments for them. I put lock boxes, I took photos. There's things you can do that require your time and energy if you don't have any money, and you can, you know, earn while you learn. So, you know, I found out some local RIA meetings in the area. I was really good at sales, so I know I could bring a lot of value to anybody that was looking to scale their organization. At the time, I didn't know what an acquisitions manager was, but once I kind of learned, I just took all the stuff that I knew from my previous sales jobs and applied it to real estate. And you don't have to have any sales experience, but if you have any kind of customer service experience, you know how to deal with people, or if you're a hustler, you can take photos, put lock boxes, go on appointments, just learn everything. That's what I would do. On top of that, driving for dollars is how I got my first deal. Just cost you some gas money. I mean, Sharron said something great about virtual driving for dollars. And Jeff also talked about a great strategy, reverse wholesaling, find the buyer, then the deal. That way you can be a lot more targeted. But keep in mind, you don't have to always pay money. You could always bring value to somebody that's a lot more knowledgeable than you in your market, and just surround yourself with like-minded people and people doing big things in your market.
Awesome, man. Thank you, Stephen. And I got to ask, I think we all know the answer already, but just curious. Do you like finding the buyers first, or you like finding the deal first and then the buyer?
I think, I mean, in today's market, like, it's so easy to find a buyer. So if you can find a deal, the buyers come. I mean, both work. What I like to do to even add more buyers to my buyers list, if I get a deal, I'm going to get a lot more interest in it than just the main person I'm working with. You know, obviously I want to have my VIP buyers, but if I post that deal on a Facebook page, Craigslist, I'm going to be able to build my buyers list while gaining interest on that deal. Whether I sell it or not, I'm going to leave it up there. And today's market as well, there's going to be some people that, you know, the deal may not make sense as a flipper, right? Somebody might pay a little bit more to keep it as a rental. So we actually closed on a deal yesterday that this guy, when we you know, blasted out via email, this guy was laughing. He's like, "How am I going to make money? You know, there's like no meat on the bone for any kind of investor to make money on this deal. The most I would pay for this is 191." And we assigned it for 235, and it closed yesterday. I felt like screenshotting it and sending it to the guy with a nice postcard, thank you postcard, but I just I let him be. And that just shows you, I mean, if you can find a deal, the buyers will come. If you find a buyer, I mean, you could be a lot more targeted. But it's just, you know, my style. I like finding deals and building new relationships, building buyers as I go, and it's just it's what works better for me.
You know, in this marketplace too, finding that deal will bring you multiple buyers for that one deal. This marketplace is so hot, so on fire. Having the deal in hand, and so if it's a sexy deal, a juicy deal, like Stephen likes to say, it's going to bring a lot of bidding wars, which brings lots of buyers. And when the property is on the contract with one buyer, you just tell the other buyers, "Hey, listen, you know, let me get your name, email, phone number, the best way to contact you, and share with me what your criteria is. What are you looking for?" I get deals like this all the time. And when something comes across my desk that meets your criteria, I'll reach out to you with the next opportunity. And so either option works. Like Jeff said, like Steven's saying, whatever works best for you, go that route. But all of these strategies, all of these shares are great. They cost you nothing at all to get started using these strategies. So coaches, thank you so much. So I'm going to open up the chat now for questions from you all. If you want to dive into any more of this discussion, if you have other questions yourself, if you want them to elaborate on any of the topics, strategies, techniques that they shared, I'm going to open it up for all of you to be able to drop in the chat what your questions are, and we'll be happy to dive in deeper. But I love the comments so far coming in on the session today. So
before we go into questions, I wanted to drop real quick to add to Jeff's buyers list. When I first, I find a lot of buyers from my lenders, because if you do repeat business with your transactional lender or Heartland lender, they'll put you in touch with the heavy hitters, the big investors that's buying, that has capital. and also realtors. Realtors can help you find qualified, good buyers. But starting when I had no money before COVID, auction. I used to go to the auction first of the month, every month, and sit there and buyers. So if you don't have any money, that's the to get qualified buyers, auction.com auction. But hard money lenders do give you good buyers if you have a relationship with them. I just wanted to add that to what Jeff said.
Yeah, that's a great share. On that note, let's all share some other ways to find buyers. I shared the auction platforms or live courthouse auctions. Sharron added lenders. Stephen, where are some other places you find buyers today?
Craigslist, Facebook groups, PropStream, ListSource. They're all over the place. You can literally pull lists of LLCs and Real Elite as well. Get them skip trace and just, it's not really cold calling. It's not the same as approach as a seller. It's actually providing opportunity. And I just want to find out who's active. I don't really want to add people to my buyers list that buy like one house a year. I want to find the most active people that buy multiple deals on a monthly basis. So they're all over the place. One of my favorite places is Facebook groups. So that's probably my top one, just because they're like right there. You see their face, they're interactive, you can message them. So it's a better transition.
And speaking of, I was actually going to add that, Sharron. What she's about, I'll actually let her say it, because I was about to, because Steven's talking about active buyers, and a great place to go find the active buyers is what Sharron's about to say. So I'll let you say, Sharron.
No, I was just going to say title companies. My title company gave me a good hedge fund buyer in Texas. And so, yeah, if you have built those relationships with key players like Dolmar teaches you guys, definitely do that.
Yeah. So title companies, they're the ones closing deals every day, every week, every month. They know who the active buyers are. So that was a huge gem that Steven just shared, because you can spend a lot of time sourcing buyers and so forth, but you got to find the ones that can perform. They're actively buying, they can move quickly, which gets you paid fast. And so the title company is the best source for that. The lenders too, great source for that, because the lenders are the ones lending these buyers the money. The title company is the one that's actually closing the deals. And so they'll say, hey, this person closes X amount of deals a month. I'm constantly closing transactions for this person. And they're going to give you the best buyers. Now, why would a title company give you that information for free? It costs you nothing to get that information. Why might they give you that information for free? Well, they're hoping that you're going to reciprocate and close deals in business with them. And most likely, if you're using their buyer, their client's probably going to be closing that deal with them too. And so these are free resources that cost you nothing to get in this game and do. All right. Let's see. Now let's go ahead and jump to questions here in the chat. And by the way, I just want to share the comments in the chat real quick, because I haven't been on one of these calls in a really long time, and I love these comments. So gems, absolutely amazing. I love it. My hands are burning from writing notes. I found a Facebook group already. Wow, massive nuggets. My pen is melting. Too much writing. Love it. Let's go. Awesome. I had to write these nuggets down in red ink. That's great. Thank you so much for those shares. That's facts. Stephen, my guy. I love your YouTube channel, he says. This is great. Thank you so much, guys, for sharing this.
Dolmar, did you hear me about the buyers? You guys don't get caught up on having a massive buyers list. You can do deals with like a good 5 to 7, like just quality over quantity. Just good buyers. Like I use some of the same buyers over and over because they're good buyers, versus having like hundreds and hundreds of buyers.
Thank you so much, Sharron. All right, so I forgot the process. I haven't done this in a while. I forgot the process we have set up already, and I set this process up and I forgot about it. So let me actually go to the spreadsheet first, because I see some of you submitted questions to the spreadsheet first, and then we'll go to the to chat. I set up this process and forgot all about it, Sharron. All right, so let's go here. Let me open up the spreadsheet and go to the most recent questions here. Where do you find a real estate mentor? Are you kidding me? Right here. You're talking to them right now. They've been dropping gems for you guys for the last hour. They're all right here. So if you're interested in mentoring, let us know in the chat. Just drop the keyword mentor. Actually, Sharron, let me give you a number. Write this number down. 813-524-5590. 813-524-5590. I had to write it down myself to make sure I'm saying it right. 813-524-5590. There you go. Thank you, Sharron. Call that number. Someone on my team will help you with going over our different mentorship packages and programs. If you want Stephen, Jeff, Sharron, Ella, the amazing Queen Ella, who isn't here today, if you want any of them to be your coaches, mentors, they're all doing 6 figures a month consistently in their businesses. If you want them to help you get started and eventually grow and scale your business to the levels they're at, we'll be happy to work with you, happy to help you. So thank you so much. I think this is it. That was the last question for the day. Was this good stuff today? Guys, let me see in the chat real quick. Did you all enjoy this session today? Coaches Roundtable today?
One person asked me to show them how to virtually drive for dollars. I'm just gonna do it real quick so we can get off here. So basically you just get an address, whatever address you want to plug in there and start with. Oops, wrong one. Someone asked me to put this in here. Do street view right here. And say you're looking up this property, all you got to do is just go down this block and start looking at houses. You can zoom in and get the address on these properties and skip trace them. Also, the address is up here in Google Street View, and you just plug the address in True People Search under property address, and that's how you virtually drive for dollars if you don't have a car or any money to do it.
Dang, 60 seconds. Wow. I hope you got that. That was really good. The address is when she dropped in that address, the first house that came up, I would have written down that address. That house looked a little, run down, rough. And so you're looking for those dilapidated, distressed properties. Write them down, skip trace them, and then contact the owner. So if you want to learn this process, we teach a 3-day class on this. It's called the Your First Deal workshop. I'm actually teaching one this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Sharron will be my co-host in that class. Stephen teaches as well. And so you'll be able to learn more of the step-by-step process in that 3-day class. If you're interested in enrolling in that class, it's a live 3-day class from 11 to 5 p.m. each day. We usually go until 6 o'clock because Sharron talks a lot. As you can see, but we love to have fun and give nothing but gems. We answer every single question you have. So a lot of students in here, by the way, Audrey and many others who I've seen in this session today have gone through that program. And so I'd love to invite you to that class.
They love us. I love this. I'm part of the mentorship program.
There you go. Well, I love this family. We call it real family for a reason. You guys see how we act. We just have fun. We make money together and have fun. And so I'd love to invite you to that 3-day class. If you want to learn the step-by-step process, you'll get our specialized knowledge, our collective specialized knowledge. You'll get the contracts, scripts, the exact same script the master closer himself uses, Stephen, to close deals over the phone. You'll get that script. You'll get the, what else they get? The software that we use to pull leads, run comps, do all those things. You'll get the agreements. Yep, you'll get lender resources. You get everything. By the end of the 3-day event, you'll know exactly how to do this. You'll have all the resources and the knowledge you need to go out and launch this business and do it on your own. So if you're interested in that, call that number as well, and my team will get you enrolled. But other than that, thank you so much, guys. Amazing nuggets today. You guys are great as always. Everything. This is great. Massive information. Thank you guys, and Queen Sharron. All gems today. No fluff. All bars. And I enjoyed this session with you all as well. I haven't been here in a while, so this was great for me also. Thank you for the opportunity to serve all of you. Hopefully you got some great value from this, and we will see you same place next week. Take care, everyone. Have a great, blessed day. Bye now.